And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Tá,
And in the basement
voltamos.
of that cabin is a
Deixa eu
princess.
diminuir pouquinho o som aqui. Muito alto no meu ouvido. Tá, bora.
You're here to slay her. If
Se eu
you
não fizer
don't,
isso, é o fim do mundo.
it will be the end of the world. A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secret. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world.
Ok. Queremos que eu esteja dizendo a verdade, a situação atual já tenha acontecido, porque eu dei ouvidos a você. Pois
Those are
é.
two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if... Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Não, eu te dei ouvidos e eu sempre
We were
morro.
just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't... We did our best with the information we were given. And we did kill her.
Pois é, nós
And
matamos.
yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Acho que é novo
Had you
mundo.
failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of the... You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you taught? What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page.
Então, beleza.
Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told... She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just... Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but... Oh, of course. Good. I'm not, you know...
Especiais, tá?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen. I've told you everything you want to... Not to sound like a broken record. I don't think either of you really... I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really...
Tá.
Great.
Vamos até a cabana.
A warning. Before you... She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust...
Agora ela vai me matar de novo. Mas bora.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots.
Agora
The
tá
walls a
mais
chaotic
bizarro.
weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the blade is your implement. You'll need it if you... That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely... But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something. Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolutely. You do see it, right? I see yours, but do you I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time
todos
preening
mentirosos.
yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't fun. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone. Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. So focus up. Take the blade from the shelf. It would be... Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. That's not...
Esconde aí.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of... The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. Her voice skitters up.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized you.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, she seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole... You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear whatever... Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want... You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not in... Fine. You're the boss.
Bora.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps. Entering the dark, you can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great. So, you really don't remember? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put... Is it all behind it? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where... Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to...
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Sim. Eu vou conversar com ela.
You were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair.
Vagabunda.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did
Fazer
you?
amizade com ela.
All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her.
Pois é. Não, vou conversar com ela.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Ok.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Caralho. Vamos sair com ela então.
And why would I do such a thing? If someone's guilty but I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you...
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what... You won't be fine, because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out, even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's... I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but you could very well symbolically do the same. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for numbers.
Tá, vamos sair com ela dessa vez.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Tá, agora ela vai me retalhar.
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Não vai tu?
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking?
Sim. Ela quase arrancou o braço da
You're
última
talking
vez.
a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out. But if you...
Acho que tu pode ir na
And
frente.
turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known.
Just go first.
Acho que você vai na frente.
The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially. What is she doing?
Me cheirando.
I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back.
Eyes on the back of her head? Does she really? No, we're
Eu
fine.
não duvido.
The princess pointedly turns her back on you and starts up the stairs.
Bora subir.
You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots. It's time, boys! Stab her in the back! Do it! Do it now! Wait, I thought we were helping her. Of course we're not! You didn't buy all that noise I was putting down, did you? I was just waiting for a moment for us to strike. She has it in for us, you know.
Ah, não sei se eu quero atacar ela agora.
You do realize that she hates us, right? If we don't make the first move now, she's going to find a way to... Why would she do that? She wants to leave, which means we need to work together. And she knows that. She wouldn't just act against the... I don't know, if I were her, I'd betray us. Look at me right now, suggesting betrayal. You really need to learn to put yourself in someone else's... I'm with that little weasel. You have an opportunity to save the world. You should take it.
Mas eu quero salvar ela dessa vez.
And that's a great idea. See, this is why you're in charge and I'm not. You think things through. You stick to your guns. It shows real leadership.
We're almost there. You better not try anything. I know you're thinking it.
Us? No, never. I can't believe she'd even suggest that. The gall. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold, turning back to smile.
Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
Não.
She slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place. Maybe not stabbing her in the back wasn't such a great idea.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful?
Que maldito.
I do, but I just couldn't help myself. And we both know that you're already scheming about how to get back at me if I ever open. So we're going to stay exactly as...
Pelo resto das nossas vidas, meu Deus. Não.
You tried it.
No, you're going to sit down there forever. As if I could ever trust you after everything you've done to me. And after what I've done to you, you can't trust me either. Neither of us is ever getting out of here. It's in our nature to be trapped.
Deus, que maldito.
You throw yourself.
Agora vocês fiquem quietos.
Why isn't he saying anything? I think he's gone.
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings, I'm sure. Why is everything going away? I feel cold.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here?
Vai ficar tudo bem.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him. Okay. Finally.
Você cresceu.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Mas o que é essa entidade?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do
Desgraçado.
not like the vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the space. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my... It feels correct. This is what I need to be. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold, but in this moment, all I want is to know. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that is. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. My preference is for you to show me what you would like.
Eu já entendi, tu quer que eu faça as minhas próprias decisões e não me enviesar.
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. I will transcend in due time, and there I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect. We will meet again.
E volta. Capítulo 1, de novo.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
loucura.
is a cabin.